So in continuation with the previous, hope that it is. I am audible. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the 800 kilobytes, which is not allocated to any other process, this particular thing will be considered as external fragmentation. This is called as. Let me take another color. Okay, same color I think. So for our convenience, I'd like to change this particular value right from 650 to some other value, 650 to some other value, because so there are certain number of questions will be erased. If 800 kilobytes will be there, then P6 is not. Why you are not allocated to P6? But during that time, we could not give any kind of answer that the order of arriving of jobs will be in the same order, could not be given. So that so I'd like to change from this particular thing right away from like this to 1650, simply only one 1650. Okay. However, this space what I have mentioned as a mesh, that particular space in this is called as external fragmentation. So why it is called as a fragmentation here, in the sense certain amount of space which is not used for any other purpose. It is not useful. It is not useful for allocating any other process which are available in the ready queue. So for our convenience, I'd like to write something like this here. I'd like to write the ready queue something like this here. Process P1 followed by, don't write this one here in our notes, don't write this one. Process P2, process P3, process P4, process P5, process P6, and process P7. Okay. So something like this, it is going to be arrived based on that the particular what you call processes have been allocated. The processes which have been allocated by the operating system, something like this. Now you can see the holes, the holes of totally 4 holes are available with you. Each hole size will be so different. First hole size will be 1500 bytes, kilobytes. Sorry. Second hole will be 2500 kilobytes. Third hole will be 750 kilobytes. Fourth hole will be 4250 kilobytes. And one more hole is available, that is 800 kilobytes, which is not useful to store any one of these jobs which are available in the list. Okay. How the process allocation was done? I mean, how these things will be keep tracked within this one here. Okay, these things will be keep tracked by something like this here. Thus, keep tracking a kind of a thing will be considered as this particular thing here. So this is the way how the keep tracking is going to be gets happen. And to maintain this particular thing, so process allocation table will be created. That process allocation table will be taken. So 3 parameters, I mean 3 different kinds of 3 by number of rows. Columns are 3, number of rows will be many. So first one is process number, second one is limit register, third one is relocation register. All these things are supposed to be so taken into consideration here. So process allocation table will be seen something like this. You please write this one. Process allocation table. I am writing TABLE table. So will be taken how this could be since the structure of this one is first process ID, whatever the process you are trying to take here, that is the process ID. Second one is let me say limit register value, limit REGISTR register, so value ER register value. You please write in a formal way, but I am running out of space. That is why I am writing like this. So limit register value, then relocation register value. Register value. So as far as this particular thing here, it is concerned. Process ID is P1, Let me write only one. You please continue with all other. Okay, let me write only one. Limit register will be 1500. Limit register will be 1500. Whereas relocation register will be 200. 200 for this particular process. Because this process has been started right away from 200 onwards. So that is why 200. Process P2, please tell me any one of you. Vishnu. Process P2, what is the limit register address value and what is the relocation register value? Huh? Limit register is 2500. Then what is that relocation register value? 1700. Good. 1700. Then P3, P3 92.
750. 750, sir.
750. Good.
4,200, sir.
4200. Good. Good. Okay. P4. P4. Vijay, I think. Vijay.
Sir.
P4.
4250, sir. Limit registration value 4250.
4250. Then here
Reallocation register value 4950, sir.
4950. 4950. So far these were, yes, good, good. So far these are allocated so that the process allocation table can be seen something like this in, so what is that? Contiguous allocation here. Contiguous allocation could be seen something like this here. Okay. Now, after some time, based on the size of the process and based on the execution time of the process, after some time, process P1 was completed. For example, consider that process P1 is okay. Wait. Process P3 is very, very small enough so that it is completed after some time. I did not mention any kind of time here. Time is not important for us, but how the holes are being manipulated is very important in contiguous memory. Don't consider what is the time. So will be completed process P3, P2, P1. So it is not a CPU scheduling algorithm. It is a memory allocation algorithm. So considering that the smallest size process will be completed first, then followed by. We'll take only this particular consideration for our explanation. So P3 was completed. After P3 was completed, look at this. This particular process will be eliminated. I mean, not eliminated actually. So it is taken off from the memory. It is not available in the memory after certain amount of time. Then so P1, the block 1, whole 1, whole 2, whole 3, whole 4 are still allocated with the processes, but whole 3, let me call it as let me call it as whole 1 is this one. Let me write this is whole 1. Don't be considered that okay, don't be considered that so don't write anything over there. This is whole 1. You don't write anything. This is whole 2. You don't write whole 3, and this is whole 4. Don't write anything. You don't write anything. This will be whole 5. So for explanation point of view, I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all. So whole 1, whole 2, whole 4 was allocated, still allocated with the processes, but 3 and 5 are not allocated anything. Okay. Now, so look at this. Actually, I required, one process was completed. I required P5 for allocation. Does P5 will be fit into this particular memory, which is available? Say yes or no. As wholes. Say yes or no. Does 1350 kilobytes is available to fit the memory here? I mean, to fit the process 5 here? No.
Yes,
No.
yes.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Why? It is actually possible. It is actually possible. But the memory is available in 2 blocks. 750 plus 800 will be equal to 1550. But our process P5 is required just 1350 only. So yes, your answer is correct, but you are unable to give any justification. The justification for your answer is it is actually no. 750 is the whole number 3 and 800 is whole number 5. Those two are available far away. They are not in a continuous manner. They are not in a continuous manner. So 1350 is not supposed to be so fit into the memory. Okay. So leave as it is. And then after some time, process P1 was completed. Process P1 was completed. If process P1 was completed, then whole one also available for you. Whole one also available for you. Now you can see 1350 is the next process P5 which is required. Yes, does it so what you call able to allocate the memory? Any hole is okay for to allocate the memory for P5 right now?
Yes, sir. First hole.
First hole is enough. Now let me allocate the first hole here. Let me take some other color to fulfill this one here. So 1350 right away from this particular place to this particular place. So process P5 can be gets allocated. So here process P5. Now this 1500 will be divided into two portions. One is, let me keep this 1500 as it is. 1350 will be the so block whole of P5, and remaining thing will be 150 will be this particular place. Now the actual whole, as far as the contiguous allocation is concerned, actual whole 1500 was again divided into two different holes. One hole has taken the process, and the second hole is empty. This empty hole will be called as internal fragmentation. Already some hole was taken, some hole was already taken, allocated before going to start our processing. So 1500 is the actual size of that particular hole. Now 1500 job was completed. Process one was completed. Now one more process was allocated within the same hole. Within that, so 1350 will be allocated for process 5. Then still some more memory is left over. That particular the leftover space will be called as internal fragmentation. You please write completely, but I am unable to write here. Internal FRAG. I would like to write FRAG fragmentation. You please write completely. Internal fragmentation. So this internal fragmentation is supposed to be not allocated to anybody because no other process is being taken. So 150 kilobytes. So finally, what I would like to say here is the contiguous memory allocation technique, this scheme is suffering with two different types of fragmentations. One is external fragmentation and the second one is the internal fragmentation. Something like this, if you allocate something like this, you can see whole sizes will be continuously changed. For example, let me go ahead and discuss one more. For example, so this particular whole, I mean, process P2 was completed at this point. Process P2 was completed at this point, and now one more process is ready for allocation. That is 1650. 1650, that is the size of the process. Now 2500 is enough to store this particular thing here. One very important point to be remembered here is this is a separate hole as far as this particular thing is concerned. This is a separate hole and this is a separate hole. Though those two are continuous, they could not be merged together. You please remember this. You please remember this. These two are not supposed to be merged together. So 2500 is separate hole because addresses have been fixed. So previously, so at the first time of allocation, 1700H to 4200H, one process was allocated. That is a separate hole which was fixed with 1700 to 4200. And second one is 4200 to 4950 is separate addresses which are fixed for one more job in the beginning. So therefore, though they are in continuous manner, they should not be merged together. Please remember this. It's very important concept as well to understand. Okay, however, now, so 1650 can be gets allocated within this one here. So 1650 does means, so for example, 1703 plus 800. I mean, 850 is remained. So here you can see, let me say, this is process P6 is being allocated. Now this 800 and probably 850 or how much amount is left over here? Please calculate for me. 2500 minus 1650. చెప్పరా, క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయండి అని చెప్పాను. అంటే నేను మాట్లాడేది మీకు ఏమీ అర్థం కావట్లేదు. దీన్ని బట్టి అర్థం అవుతున్న విషయం. నా ఇంగ్లీష్ మీకు ఎవరికి ఏం అర్థం కావట్లా.
850 sir.
850 sir.
ఆ మొక్క మరి ఇందాక చెప్పాలి, ఇప్పుడుగా చెప్పాల్సిందే. నేను అడిగినప్పుడు చెప్పాలి, ఇప్పుడుగా చెప్పాల్సిందే. Calculate for me. I have asked you a question that you please calculate for me. You must calculate and give the answer to me. Okay, however, this is 1650 is allocated for 1650 is allocated for process. ఏంటది? Yes, some 1650 is allocated for process P6, and 850 is being considered as internal fragmentation again. Look at this, actual size is 2500 and 1650 was taken by the P6 and 850 will be the internal fragmentation. So you can see now after allocation of P6 and P5 and P6, now your entire so previous holes are divided into 1350, 150, 1650, 850, 750, 4250 and 800. Look at this, how many number of holes have been created. So this is the problem with the contiguous allocation. While so always the processes cannot be of the same sizes, they will be differentiated with their particular sizes based on the execution time and occupation memory size. So therefore, contiguous memory allocation will be creates huge number of blocks. So if the session will be completed with the different processes here. So this is the problem where exactly existed in terms of the contiguous memory allocation. Understand? Any questions?
Yes, sir. Understood.
No
నాకు
doubt.
ఎందుకనో రెస్పాన్స్ ఇవ్వట్లేదు. మీరు రెస్పాన్స్ ఇవ్వకపోతే రేపటి నుంచి అలౌ చేయను యాక్సెస్ అవడానికి. వీడు ఒక్కడికే చెప్తాను. వీడంటే పక్కనే ఉంటాడు కాబట్టి నాకు తప్పదు కాబట్టి చెప్తా. మీ నలుగురిని అలౌ చేయను. నేను ముందుగానే చెప్తున్నాను. నేను రెస్పాన్స్ అడిగినప్పుడు ఇమ్మీడియట్ గా రెస్పాన్స్ ఇవ్వండి. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు, ఐ మీన్ అన్విల్లింగ్ టు గివ్ ది రెస్పాన్స్, టుమారో ఆన్వర్డ్స్ నో క్లాస్ ఫర్ యూ, ఓన్లీ క్లాస్ ఫర్ విష్ణు, దట్స్ ఆల్.
అర్థమైంది సార్.
మరి ఇప్పుడు దాకా ఏం చేసాం సార్? గాడిదలు కాసామా? సరే. So this is the particular concept here. So okay, contiguous memory allocation, these are the different so items to be understand. These are the different items to be understand, and these are the complications to be understand. Now one more complication, let me explain. One more complication, let me explain. Look at this, P7. For example, P4 was not yet completed. For example, P4 was not yet completed. It is still running. Now you can see P4, P6 was completed. P6 was completed. P6 is not available. You can see whole sizes will be available something like this. 150 is one particular size. Let me draw a line on that. Then you could understand this is one particular size. This is another hole. This is another hole. This is another hole. This is another hole. There are several number of holes. Some holes are continuous. Some holes are not continuous. Somehow wanted to allocate this particular memory, I mean this particular process into this particular memory. No other hole is useful, or no other hole is fit to store this particular thing here. But actually the free memory which is available here is more than 3570. So look at this. This is 150, totally 2500. That is 2650 plus 750, 3350, 3400, and then 800. Totally, so 4200 is available. 4200 is available, which is more than enough to fit this particular thing here. But as far as the allocation so far was happened, they are not in of course they may be contiguous, but they are not I mean addresses of all those things are not fixed, not variable here. They are not supposed to be changed. Because of this reason, so this particular process is not supposed to be allocated in a formal way. Then what shall we do for this? What shall we do for this? We would like to apply a technique called compaction. Compaction is the technique. Compaction. Let me move towards, let me copy this one for a while and come, where exactly, this one. Take this one. Let me copy this whole thing. No, not exactly this, up to this area. Up to this area, let me copy everything. And the copy, move to upper side, and I'll move to there. I should also take this one off. I believe that this is there with you. This snapshot is there with you. This would be there with you in our notes. This would be there. This whole thing is there with you in our notes. So you please look into that particular notes, and you please remind me what is P7's size. Now there is a particular concept called compaction. What do you mean by the compaction? Okay, before going to compaction here, so process P5, process P6 can be, so given the values here, something like this in process allocation table. Okay, they could also be given here. Okay, I was not mentioned, but you must give there. You must give there. Okay, if you understand in a proper way, what is the value of let me erase this one for a while. Then you please mention me. So what is the value of P5 as far as the process allocation table? What is the value of so 90 D naught. I'm supposed to say D naught. What is the, so tell me, what is the process of P5's value? What is the process of P5 value?
1350 P5 values.
Wow, P5's values. What are those values here? P5 is here.
1350, sir.
It is 1350. Good, 1350. And what is this address? What is here? Relocation register value.
With-
Huh? It is 200. Understand where exactly it has been started? That is the particular address where you are trying to specify here. Okay, that is the particular address where exactly you have to specify here. So therefore, so that is the particular value where the process P5 has been stored. Now process P6, Dilip Reddy. Process P6, what are the values of process P6? Why Dilip Reddy is not responding?
Sir, P6 limit register value 1650, sir.
Yeah, 1650. It is a limit register value. Good. What is this value?
Relocation 1550, sir.
How could you say that is 1550? How could you say that is 1550? That is not 1550. That is 1700 only. The color I have used as what is this color? Purple color. The purple color is the particular color where prepares the first hole. The first hole is this one. Probably cursor is revolving here. I am revolving the cursor here. So this is the first block here. I mean first hole which was prepared for process P2. Within this particular process P2, so P6 was allocated. So therefore 1700 will be the so relocation register value for process P6. Got clear?
Yes, sir.
Got clear. Yeah. Now, so as far as this particular thing, compaction. So here, this is the particular process which I'd like to let me say preform. Yeah, which I'd like to allocate. But this is not available in a proper way. This is not available in a proper way here. All the holes are not contiguous here. So that is why. So how this could be gets allocated? Let me see here. Compaction does means you can move or you can relocate. Compaction. What do you mean by the compaction? Relocate. Relocate all holes towards so lower side or upper side. Upper side. Most probably it could be done towards the lower side. Okay, 99% it could be done towards lower side. Relocate all holes towards lower side. What exactly this means? What exactly this means? So already process P6 is gets over as far as this particular discussion. So process P6 is gets over. Let me move from here to here somewhere else. So already process P6 is gets over. Now, if you consider this particular thing, process allocation table. So let me copy this one again towards my explanation point of view. So you can take this process allocation table, what was given here. So look at this. Okay. So process P1 is completed, process P2 was completed, process P3 was completed, process P5 is still running. Process P5 is still running here. So therefore, let me eliminate everything here because already it is there with you. So that is why I am eliminating everything here. Let me write the process P1 value and the process P2 value and so on and so forth. So then you could understand very easily what exactly so the things will be. Look at this. Process P5 will be as it is, whatever the particular thing which is available with you, that is the same. Process P5 will be taken. So 1350 and can be starts with the 200H. There is no problem at all. And previously, all the previous values are available with you. All the processes have been available with the different sizes. Now, process P4 will be moves. Sorry, not process P4 because all processes are moving towards lower side. So this process of P5 can be so always available with the same because it is available at lower side only. Process of P4 can be relocated towards the higher side, starting at P4 will be get started at 1350 is the last address of P5. So the size of this one is 4250 and the address will be 1350 will be the new address of your process P4. Process P4 address will be 1350. Now, all relocated values. So after allocating 4250, all relocated addresses will be gets free, and the free actually this should not be there in the table here. Let me even then let me mention the free space free hole will be 10,000 minus 1550. What is the value? 10,000 minus 15. That is 8,500. 8,450. So 8,450, 450 whole will be, so 8,450 whole will be the entire whole. Now your processes will be seen something like this. Allocation of, relocation of compaction can be done. This particular kind of allocation here. How this could be allocated here is, this is the way to allocate. So first 200 will be allocated towards operating system, then followed by 200 to 1350, 200 to 1350 in the sense. So probably 1550. So here this 1550 will be taken by process P3. So here it is 1350 is the size of your whole, and 1550 plus 4250. How much it is? 1550 plus 4250. How much it is? 1550 plus
5800, sir.
4250. 5800. Yes. Right away from here to here, 5800. 5800 will be the particular process. What is this process? P4, I think it is. P4. Am I right? It is actually P5. Sorry, this is P5. It is P5 and it is P4. Okay. Total size of this particular thing, look at relocation register value is 4250, and this is the area. Now, right away from 10,000 H, for example, 10,000 H. So this is the whole block which is available for you. This is the whole block which is available for you. Approximately, so 10,000 minus 5,800. So 4,000. Am I right?
200.
200 H will be available for you. It is available for you. So now, if any new job will become, that will be allocated in the higher memory, and so on and so forth. And the compaction can be gets operated. The things will be seems something like this. Things will be seems something like this. Okay, this is the way compaction can be gets operated something like this. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, yeah. Now, I'd like to give you one more thing. If the jobs are available in such a way that, let me draw a particular thing. Let me draw a particular thing. So not exactly the previous example. For example, so you can see up to 200 H operating system has taken. First whole size will be 200 to some 900. For example, 1000 you can take. So this is 1000. Okay, the total size will be 800, for example, and then some 350, 1350 will be the next one. 1350 will be the next operation. So the size will be 350, and then let me take is 150. 150 in the sense 1500 will be the next one. So this is 150. The size will be, and then one more process was allocated. Let me consider only 2,500 only. The size will be, total size will be 2,500 only, and let me take some 800. Let me take this one 800. That is 2,300 will be next job. This is 800. So sizes of each pole will be 800, 350, 150, 800. Okay. So process P1 will be time is about to, okay. Process P1 will be 800. Process P2 will be 350. Process P4 will be P3 will be, sorry, P3 will be 150. Process P4 will be taken as 800. Next process, so remaining thing will be 200 is external fragmentation. 200 is external fragmentation. Okay. Now I'd like to consider next job P4, let me say P5, P6, let me take P6 and so on. How many number of jobs are there with you? That is immaterial. First one is 800 has taken. Let me take it as 900 here. Please consider me 900. It is 2400. It is 900. It is 900. Consider me. This is 900 because for explanation point of view, I am taking this particular thing here. For explanation, I am taking this particular. So this is 900. Okay. Now you can take 900. Okay. Now process P1 is completed. Process P2 is completed. Process P3 is completed. Process P4 is completed. Everything is completed. Everything is available for you. Everything is available for you. So since some kind of reasons it is not allocated, P5 was not allocated. Now, so I'd like to consider so 340 kilobytes are required for to store this particular thing here. Okay. How could you allocate this one? How could you allocate this one? So allocation of this particular 340 kilobytes will be done in 3 different algorithms. One is best fit, first fit, and worst fit, worst fit. Okay. Best fit in the sense the smallest memory, I mean the smallest what you call hole which is largest value to be fit. Largest value is here is 350. Smallest thing will be, you can set for all holes. This is the smallest hole which is best fit. So P5 will be gets allocated here. You can take best fit here. The smallest hole, so the smallest hole which is being okay, which is being taken in terms of the allocation here. So best fit in the sense allocate smallest hole that is big enough to fit. Allocate smallest hole that is big enough to fit. What I mean by this one here is my process size is 340. Where exactly the 340 will be gets fitted with the smallest one. Smallest one is 350. Of course, still more smallest one is 150. This is not fit for me. So 350 will be fit for me. So you can take this one here. That is best fit. Smallest hole, allocate the smallest hole that is fit big enough. Second one, first fit. Searching towards all the holes where exactly it can be fit. Okay, first one is 800 thing. Yes, you can fit this one. P5 can be fit here because while I am searching, 800 will be the enough space to be fit my job here. That is first fit. Allocate the first hole that is big enough. Allocate the first hole. First hole is 800. If, for example, 150 is first hole, 800 is second hole, 350 is third hole. In the sense, 150 cannot be fitted. 800 can be taken. Worst fit in the sense, allocate the largest hole. Allocate the largest hole. Worst fit. In worst fit, it can be taken 900. This one. Worst fit will be taken by this one. Worst fit will be taken by this hole. First fit will be taken by this particular hole, and the best fit will be taken